Hello, and welcome back to the Morningwood Chronicles. My name is Gerard, I'm 60 years old, and today is day 41 of a 180-day experiment to see if artificial intelligence can help guide me back towards metabolic health. Specifically, can it help me to regulate my blood lab results and get my blood chemistry back into normal range? Can it help me persuade my doctor to reduce or eliminate medication I've been taking for 6 years to treat diabetes and hypertension? And can it perhaps help me, with a little luck, even to regain my morning vitality, if you know what I mean? Let's dive in. If it's the first time that you're watching one of these videos, I encourage you to go back to day one, my starting point. I was at a point in my life where I really needed to make some changes, and ChatGPT guided me through 6 weeks of a metabolic reset. The remarkable thing about that process is that I didn't have to count calories, I didn't limit my calories, and I didn't feel deprived in any way, and I wasn't hungry during that process. And I've shared all of my blood work results and as much as I can about this experience here on these videos, as well as on my Substack, and there's a link in the description below. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been sharing surprises and challenges that I've faced during the last 6 weeks. Most of the surprises that I've covered have been positive ones. Unexpected consequences of changing my sleep, walking after meals, changing how I eat. But today I'd like to share with you a surprise that was less pleasant, let's say, as surprises are by definition completely unexpected, and sort of threw me for a loop. It's not something I've ever really heard people talking about. It has to do with anxiety that can come from a change in identity, even if that identity change is a positive one. Here's what happened. About 3 weeks ago, I was driving to a meeting and I started to feel the onset of anxiety, almost like the beginning of a panic attack. It was strong enough that I pulled over and parked and took some deep breaths and tried to regain my center. And of course, what did I do? I jumped onto ChatGPT and said, what the hell's going on here? I'm feeling anxious. Am I having a panic attack? How could this be? Everything seems to be going in a good direction. And that's where I heard for the first time the expression of liminal anxiety. And after having done a little more research about liminal anxiety, it is apparently anxiety that can come as the result of being between states. And that made sense for where I was at that point in time. I was no longer my old self, snacking all day, drinking as I wished, consuming a lot of refined carbs like pasta and white bread and chocolate and sweets. The changes that I made were significant, And apparently, this episode of passing anxiety was the result of being in between who I have been for so long when it comes to my lifestyle and who I am apparently becoming. It's super weird. It wasn't pleasant. But that's what happened. And I feel good now. I'm glad that I've stuck with it because I'm sleeping well. I feel lighter on my feet. All signs are pointing to positive changes, and really the message I wanted to share today here from the forests of Washington State was this experience that I had, that while all these changes seemed to be positive and going in the right direction, they were still able to cause these moments of profound anxiety. That's all I have really for today. I thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow for another edition of the Morningwood Chronicles.